Actually, the tragedy is that because there is a lot of risk in lending to the rural communities, the interest rates to our farmers are much higher than the interest rates that are available for buying automobiles. So I think that is, in any case, a huge political question. But the problem is that in a free market situation, if you want bankers to go and deliver credit, then if they would measure the risk and the logistics of delivery of that credit. So what we have managed to do is to create facilitated, this each-of-all network has information about the local community as the market, and people can actually go and deliver credit there with much more knowledge now than was the case in the past, and can reduce their interest rates because with that improved knowledge, it should reduce the risk. How do we make it sustainable? That is what keeps me awake. How to ensure that that this is a sustainable enterprise. Of course, it also depends upon regulations of government. It also, because it deals with lots of votes, it deals with lots of people in the villages, and sometimes when there is food shortage and when we are buying commodities, government comes in with a regulation that you cannot have stocks beyond so many days. So we are not able to buy. If you're not able to buy and have a relationship with the farmer, then this whole thing is neutralized. So this is also dependent upon certain conditions that you are allowed to bring the benefits of competition and free market to the doorstep of the farmer. And if you're not able to engage, then there is an interruption. So I agree with you. I think that is one of the things that bothers me, is how to keep it sustainable.
Gentlemen. Sorry?
The literacy rate issue in the rural areas.
I know. We cannot do everything. You just proved that. But what could be done is that through the same digital network, you could deliver educational services. As I showed you, you could deliver telemedicine and health services, which individually people would find difficult to take to the market, education services and health services. But with the established network, then many more players can come and use this highway and deliver those services. And we're trying to encourage people to come and do that.
Gentleman with paper.
I am Bishwanath Ghosh Dastidar from RG Kaur Medical College, Calcutta. And sir, first I'd like to express that for 4 days, I've been waiting to put this question to you. And when Lord Griffiths permitted me, it was like the second victory after having the Wings of Excellence Award. So you spoke about corporate social responsibility, and you also said that you want to view the farmer as the first step in the value chain, and you are providing them, in fact, with water, electricity, modern computer education. I would like to know your take on the current issue which is plaguing various parts of India right now, where governments are following an aggressive industrialization policy, specifically in the state where I come from in West Bengal, over agricultural land, which has given rise to a lot of conflicts. And in fact, various organizations such as you are doing good work by providing the rural populace with these amenities, but there are other instances where these farmers are being forcefully evicted from their lands in order to set up what is known as special economic zones, or SEZs. And I'm sure you're aware, sir, that lots of conflicts have happened, and there in fact has been lots of deaths even. So sir, I would like to know what you feel would be the best way to go about and actually arrive at a solution to balance the need, the very burning need which we do realize of industrialization, but also not at the cost of farmers. Thank you, sir.
I think the answer is quite straightforward to my mind. We should try and use those lands first, where the potential for agriculture is relatively lower, and the SEZ, the special economic zones, could be first created in those areas where the benefit is not taken away from agriculture. The second part, of course, I must say to you that India is a lot of arable land, and we could produce many times the output that we produce now. So I think we need to focus on getting productivity out of our land. And if we did just best in class, we could be the granary of the world. So in a more positive mode, I would say that we should create productivity through empowerment of the farmer, the kind of projects that we've got. And if this were to multiply everywhere, then we could get more productivity. And that would release land for creating job opportunities through manufacturing and industrialization. So it is basically when we are not empowered, when there is a shortage of resource, then there is this conflict. But if we can release this resource through imagination and innovation, I think we could solve the problem. It's easier said than done though.
Lady there, final question for this speaker.
Good morning. Sir, my name is Anisha. I'm from the Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. I was wondering if you could share your thoughts on the retail sector in India, especially in the light of Walmart trying to enter and faced huge resistance from the small mom-and-pop shops. Is it a step back for globalization? And how can sustainable development be managed for these small-time players while letting big players like Walmart come in? Thank you.
This St. Gallen, I'm told, is known for being straightforward. So let me give you my answer. In a value chain, with modern retailing in the creamy end, which is in the metropolitan cities and the bigger cities where the consumer power, it provides footfalls and empowers the modern retailers. And I don't see any distinction between an international retailer like Walmart or a big retailer from India. They get the power to drive the value chain backwards. And unless somebody reaches out to the farmer and helps empower the farmer, the pressure would actually go back to the first guy in the value chain. And if the middleman is used to buy from the farmer, then that middleman is going to squeeze him even more, because now you've got a greater power coming from here. What we need in India is the idea of modern retailing to be brought to the doorstep of the farmer. What does modern retailing do? It provides consumer with choice. What would modern retailing do at the doorstep of the village community? When he sells, he has a choice. There are multiple buyers. When he wants to buy, there are multiple buyers. So we need to actually take the benefits of modern retailing to the doorstep of the farmer. So if a modern retailer like Walmart is willing to go and stretch itself like what we have demonstrated here and create their first part of the value chain with the farmer and strikes a partnership with the farmer and empowers it, then that modern retailing is great. But if the same modern retailer confines its attention to serving the urban consumer and allows the middleman to go and squeeze the small farmer, then I am not with it. So it depends upon the kind of strategy. Now, business is neither good or bad. It's the way business is conducted that makes its outcome good or bad.